Hi, this is Gail from Gail's Custom Candles and now as well Beantown Bath Bombs. I get a lot of questions. I run a help group on Facebook. It is called Gail's Custom Bath Bombs, and support group we're also called the Craft Posse. And I get a lot of people that ask, do you have to add your citric acid last? And I get a lot of people that say yes, you do. Well, I just wanted to come on and make this quick video and ask the question, why? Why do you have to add your citric acid last? Okay, my theory is, whatever recipe you're using, even if it does tell you to add 2 tablespoons of water at the end, you're not adding that at the beginning of the mix, correct? You're adding oils. You're adding, or butters. Like say my recipe today calls for cocoa butter, grapeseed oil, my poly 80, and my fragrance oil. So those are all oils. Now, oil and baking soda and citric acid do not activate each other. And when I mix too, guys, it's like this is a 600 and something odd batch. I do not mix with a hand mixer. The only thing I will use, because I sift, but the only thing I might use is I might go through and, whisk just to make sure it's, nice and good. And if I'm using sea salt, I will use my sea salt. I will use my lovely little NutriBullet, even if it's fine, and I go ahead and use that. But anyway, so I'm just going to show you that this isn't going to activate nothing. Like, nothing's going on. Those little bubbles are just it soaking into the mix, nothing's going on, okay? So, now what I do is, now this to me is a great way to mix. I have converted a bunch of people that swore by their KitchenAid. For one, it creates a lot of dust even if you cover it, but I kind of do like dough and, I kind of mix it all through, and then I start with my hands and I rub it through my hands so that I make sure I incorporate every bit of liquid into every bit of dry. Now, once I have gotten most of my dry has been touched, almost like when you bake, been touched by fat, I always take my spoon and get all the oil out. I also take whatever container I had my liquids in, and I want every little bit of liquid out, because my recipes are pretty much basic to whatever day it is as far as humidity wise. I cut my liquids down so that I'm pretty much spot on. So I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to keep doing this. To me, I even mix. I think it's faster because then I know I'm getting it nice and incorporated. But this is just a personal preference. This does not, like I said, this is in no way, shape, or form the only way or the right way. I have found out in the bath bomb world, which God bless everyone in it, there has been ways that have been taught. And there has been people that will say, nope, this is the way, the only way. But I have yet to find a manual that has quoted someone that has said, this is it. If you do not do it this way, your bath bombs will fail miserably. I have not had that happen yet. So all I'm doing is offering you my 2 cents on it, the reason I do it, and if anything, I hope I open your mind to new ways, because one of the things bath bombs are, they're fun. They're fun to experiment with. They're fun to test, but you can't be afraid, and I suggest if you are going to test and you're going to experiment, do it with a small batch. Take your recipe, cut it down, divide it by 6, cut it down to a small one, because I'm not even getting into the whole why you should measure to gram and not do it by cup. If you guys request, if I see in the comments that you guys would like me to make a YouTube video for that, I get enough people, then I will do that. Alright. So So this is how I mix. Now, and this is why I put my citric acid in. Now, I never use water. I never use my colors and dilute them in water. I don't do that. I have my own ways. But for poops and giggles, I am going to take a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit in my mix. When I set up my recipes, I like, once I'm done mixing my liquids, I want my mix to be almost ready. Not perfect. I want it to stay together, but when it hits the bowl, I want it to come apart a little bit. That gives me enough leeway to be able to, because I use 70 first and the 91. That's a whole nother video in as of itself as well. So say I have added this, and I'm just going to throw in some naughty mica, so nobody yell at me. This is just for purposes. So I'm just going to add in some mica. And I mix the same way. I feel if you bring it up and you mix it between your hand, yeah, your gloves are going to get dirty, guys. But you will get this mixed so much faster. If you get the white balls of doom, there's a trick to get rid of those too. But again, another video. Hit me up. Let me know how many of you guys want to see more of these. Might just do it. Alright. So, I now have yellow. I'm going to split this up again. Let's see. So now we have two little bowls. Okay. This says witch hazel, but I promise it is water. Now, if you're going to go adding water to your mix, I would highly suggest not taking a teaspoon by teaspoon and just dumping it in. I would suggest spritzing it. But if I spritz, yeah, you see that little bit of activation in there, right? But that's not killing it. That's not like, oh my god. Go ahead and mix. Mix with your fingers. Mix it up. Do. Mix with the rhythm of your music. If you can hear my music in the background. If you do add water, it does not take much to get your mix almost perfect. It really doesn't. So I'm going to spritz again. Watch this. Spritz. Oh, woo-hoo. Little tiny bit. I have not had my... Now, I've tried water. And don't get me wrong. I do know what water does. You know, so I do understand it. I do know what it does. But that is not enough of an activation to cause you a problem. Let's check. Stays together. Stays together when I hit the bowl. This has not been activated. This is perfect. Now, even if you decide, oh, I like to add mine by the teaspoonful. What you do, give yourself a little wiggle room there. I don't even have a teaspoonful to... Say if you really want to do that. Take it. Pour it into the empty hole down there. Okay? Now, take your mix and go woo like that. You're not going to activate it either. You're just getting it spread really quick. This is another good thing with getting your hands in there nice and quick and dirty. Because you're not going to have anything sitting there. Okay? You can even glove. Okay, this is a little bit small of a bowl to do this with. And then put your hands through it. I mean, there's so many ways to add liquids that there really is no need to add. I mean, there are very few recipes that I've ever come across that absolutely require it. And I mean, but it's just, they're such crazy recipes. So let's go ahead and do our little test there. Let's see what happens when we hit the side. You couldn't even hear me hit the side with that one. See, it stays together, so it's perfect. So both of these are still good mixes. And I did not add it to the end at all, you know. So this is just going to save you a step, I hope. This helps you mix your mix a little bit better, explains why you can add citric acid at the beginning. And then if you are going to use alcohol, and of course you want the 70%, there's a couple cheap reasons, but like I said, ask for another video. The same thing, 70%, nothing. Mix, same thing. I mean, there really is no reason to add the citric acid to the end. It's just a waste of time. Plus, to me, how do you know if your measurements are correct in your liquids? Say, oh man, this is perfect to my baking soda. This feels amazing. But you go to add your liquids and you're like, crap, I have too much. Now I gotta scramble and hurry. You know what I mean? This way you've got your whole mix ready to go. And as you're pouring in your liquids, you'll know and you can stop pouring in your liquids. To me, this is my reasoning why. Like I said, I kind of hope that helps. But like, hit me up on Facebook. I am now also Beantown Bath Bombs. And I do have a support group. It is called Gail's Custom Bath Bombs in the Craft Posse. You do have to answer 3 questions to get in. If you cannot take the time to answer those 3 questions, you won't get in. Because we are a very active base group and I expect every member to be active. Peace out, guys. Talk to you soon.